This is a free call from
It's me.
an inmate at the county jail.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Did you know Inmate Debit is now available at this facility? Inmate Debit is a new inmate-owned prepaid calling account that allows inmates to place calls, local, long-distance, international, to any number on their approved calling list. You are able to conveniently fund this inmate account without having to set up an account of your own. Simply go online to www.securustech.net or call Securus Correctional Billing Services at 1-800-844-6591 and select the option to directly fund an inmate debit account today.
1. To refuse this free call, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number, repeating thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, Mike. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you, Mike. I'm at the counter in a store picking up some medicine for my mother, and you're coming by really low volume, even though I got the volume on high.
Okay, sorry. I don't consent to recording this call. I just, got some fun on getting out the car. I have need of the...
Mike, I'm going to put the recorder out by the phone. I got to pay for this, so I won't be able to listen, but I'll record it. Just hold on just a second.
Okay, I need to get the spelling of Dimaya, that Dimaya case that you had mentioned before. I need to get the proper spelling of Dimaya to get that as soon as possible. It's very critical, and I'm trying to get some information to the court. Also, the information you gave me yesterday regarding the letters from these hostile folks, you can send a letter to the parole board advising them that you've been notified by the Christian anti-American. They're operatives. Send letters to the petition. Given the fact that training simply protect the motivation. America, real Americans, but the fact never spoke. About, they don't know anything about me, never talked to me, don't know me. They don't live in the area where I live. They're not people of the community.
Hey, Mike, I just got to the truck where I'm able to focus now because I had to pay at the counter. So I didn't pick up anything in the last couple minutes, but is there anything that I need to know specifically, or?
Yeah, just two things. One, I need to know the proper spelling of the Dimaya case. That is something
I can tell you that right now. D-I-M-A-Y-A. D as in David, I as in ice cream, M as in Mary, A-Y-A. Dimaya.
D-I-M-A-Y-A?
Yes.
D-I-M-A-Y-A.
Lots of other prisoners that I advocate for are paying very close attention to that case, and they say that there's another case called the Davis case that's going before the Supreme Court, like in April or something. And anyway, I don't know much about it. You know me and legal crap. I hate legal crap, but I do hear them talk about that.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, I thought what y'all said that the my case was about was where they claim that your charges are violent, which triggers other reactions from the government, when in fact the nature of the charge, you might be charged, like I'm charged with aggravated assault, but me telling somebody to stop shooting, to put their gun down, is not violent. My gun in its holster, my hand on my gun in the down ready position is not violent. I've just been shot at, and I'm trying to get this guy to drop his gun. What I'm doing is not considered violent. And in the 922, the reason they were able to even give me a sentence, I should have been given parole or probation, but the only way they gave me a sentence is because they claimed that I had a prior conviction for violence. And telling somebody to stop shooting is not violent. Now,
Hey, Mike, real quick. Is it 922C3B? Because that comes up a lot. Again, does that ring a bell, 922C3B?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, 922. little g, little 1.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know. I've heard numbers before, but anyway, I've never heard of 922 G1. But okay.
Yeah, that's unlawful possession of a weapon by somebody prior convicted of a felony. And under the federal sentencing guidelines, if you have had a conviction of with a violent charge or a charge of violence. Or see, here's the thing: the definitions of the words matter, and the charge of violence and a violent charge are two different things. So if Dimaya speaks to the nature of what he actually did or didn't do, and they determine that what he actually did was not violent, so therefore he should not be classified as having a violent conviction, then mine is the same situation. Other than that, if you have the ability to, I know you already sent a letter to the parole board, but given the fact that you've been notified, I was going to suggest that you could send the parole board another letter advising that you have been notified by an anti-Christian, anti-American hate group and their operatives that they plan on sending letters in opposition to my parole. Now, given the fact that they contacted you bragging about their efforts and their letters to deny my parole, this is simply politically motivated hate speech by their operatives who have never spoken to me, never met me, don't live around me, don't even know me. So theirs should be thrown out and discarded. Also, in informing the board, many of my friends who would have been writing letters and or attending the hearing, they didn't know anything about it because of the fact that I'm locked up in here where I don't have access to pen, paper, or envelopes to mail out personal mail. And unless people put money on the phone, and I know that they've already put money on the phone, I can't call out. And for several weeks there, from the time that I got the notice of the appeal, I couldn't call you. And certainly, I don't have access to a phone directory or my list of friends' phone numbers. I can't call anybody in here other than I've got your number and my mom's number, and that's it. So therefore, my friends that would have written letters were denied access because of this facility prohibiting me from getting access to my funds on my account simply because they don't like me here. Because I've sued the judge, I've sued the prosecutor, and this is nothing but political retribution. Let's see, there was something else. Did the people up north ever contact the Chinese embassy? Because I know that was one thing that Brad said he was going to try to do. I don't know if anybody ever did it, but the Chinese embassy, their companies are the ones that want the timber. And if they could contact the State Department and say, hey, if you will give this guy recognition, let him be free so they can finalize the timber deal, we can move forward. Not only will the people of China get the timber that they need, and Chilcote get the jobs they need so they can get the kids back, because I've never gotten proof they ever got the kids. I know that was told to me, but I've never gotten any proof of it, so I don't know that to be true. But more importantly for the United States, the issue is the state of Tennessee's, the logging company was looking at making almost $100 million in the first year as their take off this $1 billion annual timber deal. And the issue is that that would have impacted the local economy around Jackson, Tennessee, and the surrounding counties. That's a huge amount of money coming in for that one company. But because I don't have access to talk to the governor of the state of Tennessee, there's a new governor now. I don't know that the old governor ever got my petition for exoneration. I think somebody is infiltrating his mail. Anything having to do with me, it might not be getting out of the jails. I don't know what the problem is. But when my mom called the governor's office, they said that they had never gotten a petition for my exoneration ever. And I know that 5 petitions were sent certified mail. I've got proof of one because I sent it from the jail the prison, West Tennessee Detention Facility, last 2017. So if anybody listening up has the ability to contact the Chinese embassy and the Secretary of State with the state of Tennessee or the governor's office, say, look, you guys have the ability to make a huge amount of money for the people of your state if you'll just help us get our ambassador free from these tyrants in West Tennessee that are holding him hostage for for political reasons. The whole thing is lies built upon lies. Let's see, the last thing I had. If you have the audio of my trial on your site, if somebody can look at the very last part of it where the sentencing is going, see if they can hear the jury foreman state that not guilty on all kidnapping-related charges. If I can get that snippet verification, then I can send that to this court, because they're trying to say that they've got the ability to retry me on an old indictment that the grand jury returned a not guilty verdict on. In other words, I was acquitted of all kidnapping-related charges. And then after the jury foreman said it, then the judge came back and said, well, I'm going to affect this rule such and such, and I'm going to ask each one of the members here. See, what
You have 1 minute left.
Hey, Mike, we're running out of time, but finish your thought, and I got something I'm going to try to cram in the last minute.
That's it. Go ahead.
Okay, so somebody, I'm so swamped I don't have words to describe it, but somebody who listened to your last call wrote this in the comment section. He said 39-17-1307, unlawful carrying of a possession of a weapon. A1, a person commits an offense who carries with the intent to go armed, blah, blah, blah. 2, it looked like he was trying to answer one of your questions. I'll try to print it out, man, and mail it to you, but I got to tell you, man, it's just freaking insane out here. I'll try to get all this information to you, and I'll try to write a letter to the parole board, but I need people to help. I need people who listen to your voice to step up to the plate and to do the right thing and to help you, because it's freaking getting overwhelming, Mike. I love you, brother. I'm sorry all this crap is going on. I'm really having a hard time not getting angry about it.
Well, I'm asking the people, if you're a follower of Christ, and if you are part of the